Now your program our US.
Now there was a program that had been organized in the United States of America. I want your attention.
Wednesday.
And so coming Wednesday, the man of God would have traveled to America.
Nana de bena empenifono ba mi fie ho no edem ho na Thursday no na me nai me da me mpa no so.
On Thursday I was lying on my bed. I was not asleep.
Sana ya start osofo ajman prempe program no. Good. Na ya ko first day until second day no na me say me relax kakra.
So we had gone for the first day of the program at Prophet Ajman Prempe's place, and it was the second day, and I was relaxing.
My bedroom cry.
So I had not even stepped out of my bedroom the whole day.
And
then I saw
about the sea me dem ho and
I saw that the sun, the rays of the sun was in my room, and it was shining so hot. But it was shining so bright, but the temperature in the room was not hot. Then I saw two men. Two men.
Glorious.
And they were glorious in appearance. And they were surrounded in the light. And they were standing within the light. Now the light was like cloud. And they were standing in the midst of it.
So simple.
They came in a very simple manner. I did not even see wings behind them. And they had the similitude of men. And I was not asleep. And listen to what they said.
Good. Because we nyame na semenka and nyame so nka asema menka ti me pa meka.
Now it is not God instructing me to say it, and God has not forbidden me from saying it either, so I choose to say or not to say.
So for na kwasi am dance ni ya start to pack me niema
is my witness. I started packing my belongings.
Ama ye prepare niema ama mene osofo ene yenua ba a wa bruchire meeting eno brofo no kan say virtual conference meeting. So for Daniel kan ho, so for Anoba, so for Nana Kwasi ene yenua ba na good. Now
and we are prepared for the meeting in the United States.
In fact, your plane ticket yato.
We have already bought the plane tickets.
In fact, baby a program no yatua huska.
And the venue for the program has been paid for.
Enti meko.
And so all intentions are I am going.
Okay.
Everything was okay.
Afei merimei. These
personalities I saw, they came and they were staring at me, and I was staring at them, and it was not a dream, I was not asleep, and I usually have such encounters. I've been seeing this for so many years, so when I see it anytime, I do not panic. I started seeing it when I was very young, so when I see it, I'm not afraid.
Presence
and this time, they didn't come in their full power and presence, so my body didn't even tremble.
Full power, full presence. Daniel. Now,
if they had come in their full presence,
Prophet Daniel,
I'm
Bible
sure
Daniel,
the power of the Lord would have stricken me. I would have perhaps trembled and would have fallen on the ground like Daniel fell on the ground.
Ezekiel,
angel, when he had that encounter with the
presence,
angel of the Lord,
the energy.
When Ezekiel had the encounter with the angel of the Lord, he also fell down.
Apostle John,
Apostle John,
angel needing full glory by.
When the angel came forth, he also fell like a dead man.
Now, so simple. My body so.
It was so simple.
Afei,
my body was not shaking.
Almost said, Tio. Almost said.
Now they said,
Oba dear, divo, Tio.
Now listen to their words. They spoke to me, and I understood it in tree. Said, prophet of the Most High God.
Oba dear, say me kanchira say.
Saith the Lord, the Creator. Your time to die is not up. Because there is so much work He has for you to do.
Now, Bribia Obade, Eddie Besuso, Amane Sane, Amani Padomunti, or Chiasia, who meeting, or Nenedom.
Now, the Lord said to me that by virtue of the intentions God and the plans God has to do with your life, and something God is bringing upon you, which will spread across the world, the devil and his gang had a meeting about you. And the Lord has sent me to tell you, do not go, do not travel out of the country like you have intended. Do not board a flight. And that is why we came. And it is the Lord that sent us to come. The Lord said He has spoken to you. But He said you are going to apply faith. So you go. And even God knows that you have confidence. And God is happy with you concerning your faith.
But
they said, the Lord knows that you are confident and you have faith. And so in spite of all the revelations He has given you, you will still go because you have faith. That is why He has sent us to tell you, or else you and all the people with you will not arrive safely. So the people in the craft, what will happen will not be because of them, but it will be because of you. So it was just like Jonah. Now after they spoke to me, I was also going to speak back and tell them my peace of mind, what I was thinking. I was going to ask them that is God not all powerful? Can God not send one of you to join me?
Wait, I said, do before complain. Do before complain.
Now, before I opened my mouth to utter a word, they smiled at me and they vanished.
Many first call, telephone call. Me picking me who dream.
Now, when I came to my consciousness, the first telephone call I received, when I answered the call, I was shocked. The person does not know I am traveling. Because last week man can't day I'm free chrome. Now even if the person knows I'm going to travel, the person does not know the day I will travel. So last week I told you I'll travel, but the exact date and time I didn't tell you. So the person called and said, Papa, I have seen a revelation today. I was just having a short nap. And I saw that you were in an aircraft. And the aircraft crashed. And the news went viral. And what had happened was bad. So I sat on my bed.
And I'm afraid, Mrs. Starkos, that he can't free us off on Anakwasi.
And then I called Reverend Anakwasi.
And I'm catching Nana.
And I told Reverend Anakwasi. I told Reverend Anakwasi all the things I had seen.
And I say, any daddy, Jennifer no suneti asem.
And then he said, then daddy, wait on the line and listen to something.
And or connected Minuaba Akos.
And then
connected me sorry or her because on here
and connected my sister Akos to the call.
Sir, me and the enemy mehuno. Me basofubi. Our brooch Vincent.
Now, not be known to me, the revelation I had seen, there is one of my sons who is a pastor called Vincent, who is abroad.
Also, no so. Na menkan asemwempo ema Akos mponte.
Now at that time I had not even spoken with Akos, so Akos did not even know
Nana
what I had seen.
My flower catcher good. Good. Ono so a wonim hwe de me hu ye no na onka ho bi.
Now
me nkwa na msem dem na mehu.
I was the only one that had a revelation.
Let's
learn something from this.
Osofo no obia na no a o say papa.
The man of God spoke and said, Papa,
me frère ou sister.
I called your sister.
No say da be no frère no. Enwumre a de beche yawada no.
Said I called your sister last night.
Oso no so
this Thursday morning.
Oso da ho.
He said he was also lying down.
And then
all of a sudden he saw that he was beside the prophet
of
God.
Papa,
and was saying to the prophet of God, Papa,
I've heard
that you are coming to the United
States.
And I want you to pay me a visit at my church. Even if you are going to spend 1 hour in my church, he's got a big church. A big church in the United States.
And
he said, when he said that to me in the revelation, and I said to him, I have been told not to come. And that if I want to die, then I should go. He said, that is what I said to him in his dream. And I said to him, I know you love me, don't you? And so if you want me, you want to hear of my death, then force me to come. And then he woke up from the dream. And then he called my sister Akos and told her. And then I called Reverend Anakwesi and told him. And then he called my sister Akos Papa Nyama and said to her that Papa is not coming. So do not book a flight because this is what Papa told me. And then Akos said, hey. Then Reverend Vincent just called me and had a conversation with me. So let me connect Reverend Vincent to the call. And then connect Papa to the call. So that he will tell Papa by himself what he has seen.
And no man chain, Makonta, my sister, Akos ya Nikunu, our Makonta.
My brother-in-law, which is the husband of Akos,
the same thing.
He also had the same revelation.
I can't send a number for no man catch sister Akos.
And had a conversation with his friends and even his wife, who is my sister.
Also, any other for them. And so
please, those who were expecting me abroad, don't be angry at me. I am alive. I have nothing to do. If I had nothing to do, and I would have come. There is no program in church. I was supposed to come. The plane ticket was ready.
Also, for me take it in the chat. My bag I ready anana. And I start yaya design na. So for I can go macro.
Flyers.
Good. Yaya be PAV. And to say about paya, send me more can yes.
And so if it were intentional, I would not have spent all this time and money doing all these things. But you see, I cannot lie in the name of the Lord. I will not do that.
Now also for Mukai say you call Swaziland.
Now I remember when I went to Swaziland.
Many of Nana Kwesi me back coffee.
It was
any Adam for friend Prince.
Reverend Nana Kwesi.
Makan or them hada.
And a friend of mine called Prince.
You full plane, no you free here and echo him. Take microphone.
Now if we Ethiopia, echo South Africa.
Thank you.
Now we were South Africa bound from Ethiopia.
Na me tianimu.
And I was sitting in front.
I am saying I'm afraid be business class.
Now they call it business class.
And I know cranship economy, papa. As I in between business and economy.
And Reverend Anakwesi was in the premium economy.
Afei, dear me who ya nessa spirits be a bonra plane room. A from na take it off.
Before the plane took off, I saw certain spirits that entered the plane.
I'm so me Marco say. No me two.
They went
plane.
They entered the plane. They had horns.
Now, plane no money nemu. Them said I no money hume because me share window, me an ampe window. Na ma mo me ho hye ho. Etiam so money nam hon ma back when the boom anima. The mu aso okonechi.
Now I'm sure they had not spotted me when I was in the aircraft because I was sitting by the window
and
one of them spotted me.
And what catch your can so me show. Me nyina na meet you. Ono so be ohu me a de mu ya ne se. Omu so omu nsa jiro no mayira.
Now when they saw me, they held their hands together and they vanished. And I said, no, this is a bad sign. But I say, oh, the just shall live by faith. And I said to myself, the just shall live by faith.
I'll live and
I shall
declare
not die.
The works
I'll
of
live
God.
and declare the works of God.
Nothing can kill me. Nothing. So I wouldn't Owusu Bempah. Tina crofo say me too no. But me too no. Me Yesu did too much.
Now I don't boast or brag, but I believe I have faith in Jesus. That is how much faith I want you to have in Jesus. So I am teaching this. I'm teaching you. And if that is how you are, nothing can overcome you.
Papa. And I'm saying, so I stood up from my seat and I went to Reverend Anakwesi and I spoke to him, my son Kofi and Prince, my friend. And I'm saying, demons be about plane. And I said to them, some demons have entered the plane, but they have vanished. And so let's be in prayer. Let's pray. So I went back to my seat. Now, they started the plane, the engines. They turned on the engine. For microphone.
First time demons be afro plane. No musako. Na onye shose plane bit me ako.
Thank you. Good. So let us say, me can say me sure say plane bit me ako.
Reverend Anakwesi's clarity is that not just did the man of God say that there were demons in the plane and they had vanished, but he also mentioned, the man of God mentioned to him that he said that I'm not sure this plane can take off.
And the plane no there was sparky.
And so they turned on the engines.
Because the
engines were already on. The engines were already on.
Are you ready? Say be take it off.
So we are ready to take off.
We're free baby and no sino. Ama ade na efa mu kofru plane no o me ye free ho tenacha say ready to move. In fact, ama omo yo plane no mo ye say no window say you see better. Omo esevu plane no o ma yo mu bi ye from say cabin crew flight attendants. Good. So the plane was ready to take off, ready for takeoff. They had already given us the flight instructions. Then all of a sudden, the engine turned off. And we could smell smoke. And I said, this is not right. These guys I saw in the plane, no. So I stood up and went to Reverend Anakwesi and Prince. That see, this plane, if we want to fly by this plane, we will not get to our destination alive. And the Lord spoke to me and said, that let's get out of the plane. I heard it in a clear voice. You see, I applied my faith. Means this time, don't apply your faith.
I applied my faith, but now I heard a clear voice, clear instruction.
Faith without wisdom. Jimmy. Excuse my language. After was awful. The American suffer nana where me dancing. And a prince, Mr. Prince. Also, and a coffee. And a Ghana for no plane. And Tiafei. e ho apena me koka kire omo me yadwuma o plane no say plane we entimi fa ye nko so me ka say no ma sans park ye sisu a te say air condition bi bia e kama te say omo te say tuna no mbetu so koka kire omo say plane we entimi ntu na me ka kire omo say plane e take off a eja betom nana thank you. God bless you. Amen. God bless you.
So they started the engines again, and everything was functioning in the plane, and they were getting ready for another takeoff. Now, when I heard the Lord speaking to me to walk out from the plane, then my spiritual eyes opened. I saw a strong angel standing in front of the plane and was waving at me and said, "Let not the plane fly." I spoke to Reverend Anakwesi and he just reminded me. Now, when I saw the angel, I stood in the plane. And I said, "Dear ones, this flight, if we are expecting to reach our destination, it will crash." I said it loudly. And I said to the plane attendants, as for me and the people with me, we want to walk out.
Good. Mekano loudly no. Na omo yajuma plane no omo challenge me. No. Na omo titi plane no kra bu afu se na kwa we hwan.
Engineers number ma be bibia nti bia okay.
Good. Na say omo pa omo. And I say engineers abeye kra. Plane we mutrem ebe crash. Afa omo titi plane mo bia bu afu me.
Now, people got angry at me when I spoke in the plane, and even the flight attendants were angry. They challenged me and said, "The engineers had checked the craft, everything is solid, it is fit for the flight." And I said to them that you cannot fly this plane.
And I catch there, omo mu yajuma plane no. Say, me na me de me ho. O de me sika na me na me to me take it me nko mo mfa. Na mo de mo nko ne ehwe sem bekwa ko.
So I said to them that, listen, it was by my choice that I booked a flight to be on this plane. I have changed my mind. I want to disembark. I don't want to go. In charge. Then they called their boss, who is in charge.
And plane inside.
And the boss came onto the plane and came to ask me what my problem was. And I said, "Sir, this craft, I am a prophet of God. This craft cannot fly us to our destination. So I am not going. So I want to get off the flight. If you want to take off, that's up to you." And they said, "Okay, let them take out my luggage and other things from there."
South Africa minister bi your ba baby amete no otemenchen an enkrofo titi nachi minnim se ba ko titwi o seden yo de me hu ya ne se South Africa minister no ono so aka kire ne enkrofo se ye enko.
Now, don't be known to me, on the flight was a minister of state of South Africa with her bodyguards, also sitting in the cabin where I was. And I don't know whether she heard what I said and understood it, but she had told her men that we are not flying.
And no na near o plane so penny pana oba me nchen o say yen check it out no. O mu frɛ no and na maame no mu kan kasa bi me de mente. Afedie mu hu yan say o ma pene so. Afedie mu yan say maame no ene ne nkrofo no ya bie eyina ma omu no omu de omu kɔ. They gone. Omu kɔ.
So they had a conversation with the manager of the attendants, and they reached an agreement it seemed they reached an agreement. They opened the exit for her and her men, and she went out. Then I stood up again in the plane. And I said, "Men and women in this plane." I spoke in Twi. Said, "Men and women in this plane. Me, my brother, my son, and my friends. We are also going out. If you want, you can remain seated."
After say opinion overseer in charge, by now no be kasa say we no. And China engineer no free Sapping, a call, maybe a pilot.
Maybe a pilot. No, and you say, Oma Babefa, Mamma, no, your minister, South Africa minister, and in the P. Later on, one else said, or so for tea. Argentina, South Africa, Mamma, no, your minister. Omo before no call, baby, Omo much plane, ne titi plane. Omo ba the only answer Mamma and Crawford, Yamo Pico. So now you're there, you're a suit plane. A half and I catch a moment to play. And I say, hey, Miss Remo, play with me, say, more challenge me. A take it off a jab the tomb. Sana Ghana for be womb. Empty a phenom could catch them for say, where you know Kufuado, Ghana president, the prophet. This is Ghana president prophet. Into a fena famu be a let. My brother, a fay. Yet, say ye be see. Play no dear aspakio. I fed the tea and I said, Bibi at the pa. Nine said, do. I fed not play num, smoke on what to say. I say, I didn't want ya two. A gem. I found the tea and said, pilot, no. Or your announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Brofo kan ni nyina peso che se enianu ni adofonom plane no de yehu no ye kase ye kwa ye nkodu enti esremo ye de mo ma another plane.
Wow. Now, so there was an announcement by the pilot, and he addressed the passengers and said, ladies and gentlemen, please, we would like to get you another plane that will take you to your destination. Now this time, not I speaking, it was the pilot. What happened? That caused the pilot to believe. Now, the pilot was plain in his words. He said that they will not arrive at their destination. Pilot announcement by the who answer more plane meaning about so I found myself, who are you? Afe obiba no abeso memu. Who are you? Almost said, you have saved our life. Man of God, you have saved our life. Me pie no mu nyina pie ye. And na omodia call baby a ye kotwa another plane. Na ye take car no more or dey call baby a kotwa another plane. No na still plane that suits esio dey entumi ankoro. Afei ye trying for another plane. Na ye take car no more koro. Obia person ne me kasa. Obia person je me number. Afei mpapafo bi ba ko sore ba me nchen one ne namfo no omo say you are the man. You are the man. Adofono enti ye ko share inside baby omo ne South Africa ma me ne call ye no. Business class then no. Enti ma me ne de ne Crawford ne e bonkomo. Say wo mu a omu twa play no. Omu tutu mani omu hume. Say omu nya omu adwene say ene next plane ko omu mfro. Now, so we're taken to a waiting area while they got us the next plane. Now, the next plane was ready, and we were waiting in the lounge. So, those who got notice of that the readiness of the plane, they had boarded, and they were searching the new plane. They had boarded, and they were searching for the prophet of God. Where is that man who was with us on that old plane? If we don't see him on this one, we are not going. And to Munyana to Obiana Najan Cross or the Nayiko. Me Pia, Obu, me afe no Pia, sorry, up down the bag. Afe me checking in, afe no Munyana. So they were at the boarding gate waiting for the man of God. When the man of God gave his passport and boarding pass, and they saw that he had entered the craft, then they followed. You're quite not playing, no. I said, may counseling. Where by me child, or say, please, this time, are we okay? Are we okay? I say yes. And I am original plane. I'm saying, once more in the plane. Not can you allowed, mommy? It wasn't allowed, but I stood up
more be answer.
And I said, do not be afraid. This one will take us safely.
And what the man who spirits be out
because I didn't spot any spirit
around.
And
stop me say we mamuntin.
And God didn't stop me. If God had stopped me, I would have come off the plane again. And we had a safe flight. So I have a prior experience.
Nana, you can say I can't, and come den crowd but a serious. Yeah, baby, a business class for nobody.
While we were waiting in the lounge,
and a radichama, you couldn't tank a plane.
God told me the reason the plane would have crashed.
Say you'll be out plane.
Now it was because of somebody on the craft.
But next time, and I make answer.
Next time, I'll give you the details.
Miriam. We had
a safe flight.
Yes, I have Ghana. Yes, I be through Boko.
And when we're coming back to Ghana, we came safely. So God has a record. And he has done it
this time.
This time he said, I would not even let you reach the airport.
Said David brothers and catch David.
Now,
may I show so I'm not testing crying Owusu Bempah.
Now,
it's my man Cocanchen and Tem. Nanquana no the Indian one Cocase faith. I'm a samama.
The brothers of David said to David, we know how
you are. Say, Mamma,
so please,
say, I said that.
Please.
The C and Tia mean to me my program no and
please, those who are expecting us abroad,
don't be
angry. Please forgive us. It's not our fault.